Oh no. Oh no, that was slightly creepy. This game is like 8 chapters. I was told this game's like actually, you know what? The YouTube video I saw that said, "Oh, it's like 5 hours long." That YouTube video might not have been the full playthrough. That YouTube video might have been all of the cutscenes. This game could be 13 hours long. And if it is, ooh lord. Ooh lord. Do I have it in me to play this game for that long? We'll see. We will see. Cuz even this session I'm like reaching the end on. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell is going on there? That look like a crusher. That's a severed leg. Oh my god, there's meat hanging off that shit. They ate that man. Oh, I'm tripping. Oh no. Get the fuck out. All right, that was a good gag. That was a good little jump scare thing. That was there's some artistic merit to that. Get the fuck out. Ooh, yeah. I'm getting it. Shelter gory. What does shelter quote gory mean? Is that supposed to be a pun on something? And I'm just not understanding it? Oh boy. Here, I want to get to like the next major cutscene, and then I think we'll wrap up because I'm having a good time. I'm not gonna lie. The vibes are good. The vibes are good. Cam, thanks for coming in and like dropping some crazy questions on that just set my brain on fire. Because I was like, I was having a good time, but that really set me off in a good way, in a positive way. Set me on. Because man, you asked me about fucking video essays and mid games from 2000 whatever. I'm about that shit. I'm about that shit forever. Also, okay, so we're talking about mid games. The perfect mid game, the perfect like janky game in the style of this is Terminator Resistance. If there's one of these games that I think people should actually play, it is Terminator Resistance. Terminator Resistance is so fucking good because if you've watched the Terminator movies, it is a sequel to Terminator 1 and 2, and just those two movies. It acts like Resistance. It acts like Terminator 3 didn't happen, Terminator Genesis didn't happen, Salvation didn't happen, none of those movies happened. It is just a sequel to Terminator 1 and 2. And it is so good. I don't want to say what happens in the story, but what happens in the story is like such a cool, it is both a continuation of the first movie and the second movie. At the same time, it is like a nice finale to both of those movies and the entire franchise as a whole. It is a perfect ending, and I think it is so awesome. And it's so cool that they like got the ability to do that. Like, it's so cool that they even got the chance to sit here and make a story that bold as bold as that story is. And also, here's the thing. Here's one thing I'm gonna mention, and I'm not gonna spoil who this happens with, but I do want to just say that this is in the game. So if you remember Terminator 1, one thing that not a lot of people think about in Terminator 1, something that this doesn't come up a lot. Y'all remember in Terminator 1, wait, pause. Cam, have you seen Terminator 1? I know T2 is a classic. Is this a Home Alone situation where you've only seen 2? And if you haven't seen 2, let me know that as well. I want to know how deep I can get into this, because I don't want to spoil those movies, because those are American cinematic classics. Fuck. I didn't expect that. That scared me. Yeah, just let me know your familiarity with the Terminator franchise, because I don't want to spoil anything for you if I can help it. I've seen neither. Oh, fuck. All right, then I'm not going to straight up say scenes from the movie. Like I know. Oh, you know the twists. Okay. Well, sure. I don't think of Terminator even having twists, and maybe that's because I've seen those movies so much. But I'll say for Terminator 1, I'll just say it like this. There is a love scene that happens in Terminator 1. And that love scene is incredibly relevant to the story, like vitally important to the story. But no one really thinks about that love scene as like being an important part of the story. A lot of people don't even think of that love scene being in that first Terminator movie, because it's not a movie about romance. It is a movie. Terminator 1 is a horror film. Just all intents and purposes, it is a horror film. But they have that scene of romance and whoa, what the fuck? What was that line of dialogue? They have that romance scene and it kind of adds something into the movie. And there aren't any romance scenes in Terminator 2. But once we get to Terminator Resistance, there's like multiple romance scenes. And at first it's like, why are these here? This is a fucking 80s action movie. Oh fuck. What happened? Why can't I move? Did I break the game? Okay, fuck. I thought I broke something. Let's hit it. That's not how I hit it. At first you're like, why are these romance scenes here? That's not the point of the game. This is an action first-person shooter. Why are there romance scenes? What the fuck are we talking about? And then you think about it, and you think about like the relevance of that sex scene in the first movie, and it kind of has a similar thematic relevance where, look, a lot of 80s action franchises overall, they are very schlocky. It is a lot of like, okay, why is this gratuitous sex and violence? It's just a lot of gratuitous sex and violence. That's just what 80s action is. But Teon Studios, the developer of Terminator Resistance, they are so good because they have an understanding of the schlockiness, of the corniness, of the like a little bit cheapness of those types of movies. And they make their games in a similar way. Because this is the same studio that made the god-awful Rambo the video game, where it was just a rail shooter and not good and everyone hated it. But I think that type of pedigree is what was needed for something like Terminator, where it needs to be just like the first movie. The first movie was very, very, very low budget, shot for nothing, and just a movie that got way bigger than its budget would have led you to believe. And Teon kind of has that energy with Terminator Resistance, where you look at that game and you could tell it's made on a modest budget. But it is still like really fucking good. It has everything you need. It has satisfying gunplay. It has, RPG elements that make the gunplay even more satisfying. It has an art style that is very, very faithful to the movies, especially like the look of the post-Judgment Day, a post-apocalyptic world. It looks authentic to the films. If you've ever seen, well, you haven't seen this, but here's how much of a Terminator nerd I am. Terminator is my Star Wars. So this is how deep I get into this shit. They had at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, there was a Terminator 3D 30-minute film that you could watch with 3D glasses. They built this thing probably in the 90s or something. But I saw this shit in like the 2000s when I was a little baby kid. And I thought that shit was so cool because the entire thing took place in the post-apocalyptic Judgment Day world. And it was so cool. And that art style is fully brought to life by Teon Studios. It's really fucking cool. What is that? What is that? Can I shoot this? I don't like it. No way. All right, so that's invulnerable. Wasted 2 bullets for nothing. That's fine. We'll go on about our day. I miss that type of license game. It really is. It's like a lot of the license games back in the day were games that were just like, here's the license. Just tell the story of the movie that's about to come out or the comic that's about to come out. Tell the story that already exists in a video game form, just so people can get the familiar thing. But this Terminator game is so cool because they're like, hey, we're taking this universe and we're doing our own thing. And it's really fucking neat. Please stop. I'm sorry, you shot first. Self-defense. But yeah, I love that game so much. It is so good. And it's one of those games where like it is very PS3 generation coded. It's not janky necessarily. It plays smooth enough, but just its art style being super gray and brown and just the way the mechanics of it feel very PS3, kind of janky like this. It feels janky, but it's not actually janky. It's a perfectly competent shooter, but it just feels low budget and like its reach exceeds its grasp. And because of that, by default, it's in resolution mode on PS5, but you can't switch it to like the 60 frame per second mode. Oh fuck. No! Fuck. Oh, here's this guy again.
He's dead. He's
Holy shit.
what?
Amazing Spider-Man game, sequel to the movie, and the second game was a sequel to the first movie's game. Oh. I'm going to read that. I'm going to react to this comment in just a second. I'm going to say something about that in a moment. How cool is this? Green screen world. I can just point at shit on the screen. Yeah, I like that.
It wasn't natural or accidental.
Hmm.
I saw someone. Everyone's dead now.
Even Martian.
Been this man I saw.
This man I saw.
The
The saboteur.
Your imagination.
A figment of your imagination.
I haven't done anything wrong, Colonel.
I ain't done shit.
You're framing me. How dare you
Oh.
to me like that after all I have done for you, Toka?
You ain't done shit. You've been shitty the whole game.
After all that you have done. How dare you?
Hmm. Uh-oh.
Arek? How did you?
Huh. Okay, this actually has a story I care about now, it seems. Everything's screwed around here. I want to react to that Amazing Spider-Man game response, because I played that first Amazing Spider-Man game. That game's good. I agree with you. I really enjoyed those games. I played it on PS3 actually. Okay. I got like 24 minutes until ads start. Maybe I'll play until like the ads start, and then after that ad break, I'll just leave. Maybe. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that Amazing Spider-Man game. I thought it was really cool. I never even really compared it to the movies, really, because the movies are fine, but like they made no cultural impact as far as I'm concerned, and as far as my life impact for me is. But I just really had fun with those. The web, the like zip to point system that they had in that game was really fascinating and really fun. Once you got the hang of like how to do it very quickly, it felt very natural. I really, really like that system. Though, you know, Spider-Man has been perfected by Insomniac, yes, but that system was really cool. And a lot of things from that kind of got carried in. Well, not a lot. A handful of things from that game got carried into the Spider-Man game from Insomniac. So it was really cool. This is... What the fuck is this audio? This is so... What is this monotone? The mixing on this audio is not great. It sounds like he's talking out of a speaker from the other side of the facility. Don't love that. Contact the Colonel. All right, let's get into it. But yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man games were another great example of that. Take the license and then do your own spin on it. We just want the name to line up whenever the movie comes out, but otherwise you can just do whatever the fuck you want. And that's why Teon Studios is like so cool, because Teon Studios, they're putting out games without any connection to any movie. When that Rambo game came out, it's not like there was a movie about to come out. They just put it out. Terminator Resistance, there's no Terminator movie coming out. That game came out like 4 or 5 years after Dark Fate. No one was looking for that game. Raging Bull. Ooh. Let's try that one out. Let's try out the Raging Bull. Oh, I can't reload it. All right, I guess it's full. All right, can I make it through this door? No. Where the fuck do I go? I guess I go out the other door. But yeah, Teon is really doing cool stuff. Even the what is it? The RoboCop game. They're not making a RoboCop movie, but they got Peter Weller back in the studio to do more lines for RoboCop. It's awesome, dude. It's really, really cool. So shout out to Teon Studios. Respect to them. I would say shout out to the studio who made this game I'm playing right now, but I know for a fact that they have been shut down. I think they put out this game and then immediately closed because it didn't make any moves and it was very high effort, but no one was... The tree fell in the forest, but no one was here to hear it make a sound, so it didn't make a sound. Sorry to say, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Is there something else to do in this area? You know what? I think that cutscene might be a good enough indicator of like, yay, I think it's time to wrap up. But hey, y'all, this has been very fun. I really had a lot of fun here. I definitely want to do this again. Sometimes I get not nervous about streaming, but sometimes you're like, all right, it's a insert day of the week night. It's time to be at home. I'm just going to sleep in, or I'm just going to have a cozy night in. What do I want to do? Do I want to sit down and just play a video game? Do I want to sit down and watch a YouTube video? Do I want to sit down and do some really nerdy thing on the internet, like organize a bunch of video games on Infinite Backlog and make different lists? Because there's this one challenge that someone's doing on Infinite Backlog where they're like, oh, I want to play a game from every single year. And people are joining in. And then I go through my entire backlog of thousands of games and like make lists of like, oh, this game from 1999 is something I'm slightly interested in. So I'm going to add it to this list, and maybe I'll pick that out of the other 2 or 3 games from 1999 that I want to play, and then do that for every year that I've been alive. Am I going to do that? Or am I going to grab the green screen that I've had for years, set that up, throw my lights up, get everything connected, get my ROG Ally going through the HDMI, and stream a really bad video game to just follow up on something I started in 2014. And today, the Brainworms won, and I decided to do all of that instead of just take the easy route and just chill out. But I have been chilling out. This has been a good time. Next time, I'm going to fill up my little bottle of water that I normally have in my room. I just drank it all today, so I didn't have it with me. But I'm going to have the water next to me next time, so I don't get so parched. Ooh, God. And I think everything's good. Like, even though the light went off on my green screen, like, y'all can still see everything pretty fine. I think the light that's directly in front of me is really putting in some work. So shout out to the Elgato light. Like, this thing has stayed on the whole time. I have not plugged it in or anything. It has just been doing work. So yeah, shout out to Elgato. Shout out to Elgato for the green screen too. This is just a retractable up and down green screen. I grab it from the top and just press it down back into a tube and then put it back in the closet. So yeah, it's very solid. So that's it for me on this one. When will I be streaming again? Here's what that's looking like. I usually work very early in the morning. I have to be at work. My normal start time is normally 5 a.m., but because I'm covering for someone on vacation, I come in at 5 a.m. to close. Normally to open, they get there at 3 a.m. So I've been getting to work at 3 a.m. the last couple weeks. And that changes when this young lady I'm covering for, yeah, damn is right. Damn is right. And I am not a morning person. I'm already like barely making it on time right now. But I have been making it on time. And because I kind of have to at this point, I've been late too many times recently. So I kind of got to like be on time so things can reset. But hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But in any case, when she gets back from vacation, what they've been talking about is, hey, they want to change the schedules around to match a different department. And so they want someone to be there 5 days a week and be off on the weekends, which means instead of me being there 4 days a week like I am right now, I'll be there 5 days a week, which means instead of me doing 10-hour days, which is the norm right now, that's just what our schedule is. We do 10-hour days, but then we don't come in for a fifth day. I do 8-hour days, which means instead of me coming in at 5, I might come in at 7, which means I can maybe stay up later on some nights, even though I have to go to work on some days. Because if I stay up till midnight on a day I have to go to work the next day, that's 4 hours of sleep. And I do that back to back to back to back. I'm not surviving that. But 6 hours is doable. So perhaps when she gets back from vacation, which should be middle of next week, I'll know if I'm getting that switch to a new schedule. And if that's the case, then hey, I might be streaming a little bit more often. Maybe not super duper long and super late into the night, but I might do it just a little bit more often. I think that's something that I could possibly do. And hopefully that is something I can do because I've been wanting to do that for a while. And if that doesn't happen, I don't know. You'll see me next time I got a free weekend. I'm off this weekend. So, I decided to do this. I'm not working tomorrow either, but I do have brunch at 2:00. So I want to be up so I can do a nice little walk in the park before that. I think I do need to do something in here. I think I am supposed to be in here. There's supposed to be something in this room, I bet. What do I need to shoot? In any case, next time I stream, you'll find out. Just follow me on Blue Sky. EJ161 on Blue Sky. I absolutely recommend people. Of course, backlogged is a thing. If you care about, sorting through your video games in a letterbox type fashion, Backlogged is the website for that. But Infinite Backlog, I'm very impressed with. I love Infinite Backlog. I highly recommend it to people. It's basically what if backlogged, but you didn't have to remember every single game you played, and it just imported all of your information from Steam and all of the games you've played from your PlayStation trophies and your Xbox achievements. It just imports all that stuff, so you don't have to quite mark every single game you've played on Backlogged. You don't have to do it manually, is the point. And so, yeah, it's really good. and I think that website's good. So try out Infinite Backlog. Look at it and see if you like it, because I like it quite a bit. This is where I was supposed to go. God damn it. That whole time I got here and then didn't do anything. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this one. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking around. We just hit a checkpoint and we're on chapter 11. What a great place to stop. That is it for me, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I will see y'all in the next thing that I do. Oh, Players Club podcast just dropped. If you want to hear me talk some more, listen to Players Club podcast. Look up the VGU.TV podcast feed on your podcast service of choice and look at the new episode of Players Club that just came out. I talk about a lot of video games there. Talk about Ann Roger and how it made me cry and some other video games. But that's enough for me. Once again, I'm Emma Watkins Jr., also known as EJ Spun61 on all places on the internet. And as I always say, keep it real, keep it trill, and play on, playa. Peace out, y'all.